As South Africans deal with the high cost of living and unemployment, consumers have been urged to spend wisely and evaluate their levels of affordability this Friday. Now, this as some retail stores participate in the annual popular shopping event offering special deals and discount. The National Credit Regulator has also warned consumers to be aware of scammers and cyber criminals while making online purchases. To talk more about how South Africans can protect themselves this Black Friday, we're joined by a senior education officer at the National Credit Regulator, Jimmy Golele. Jimmy, good to have you. Thanks so much for talking to us. I mean, as South Africans contend with a high cost of living, have you seen less consumers spending on these deals that have been offered by retailers during this Black Friday period?
Good morning, Leanne, and good morning to the viewers of Morning Live. Indeed, it's Black Friday and we are approaching the silly season, and we are expecting that a lot of consumers will be flocking to the shops. Others will be going online to get purchases. However, observation shows that over the years, it seems to be coming to consumers in terms of how they spend. If we observed what happened last year, there seemed to be a drawback in the number of people that were flocking to the malls. And then when I listen to people being interviewed in radio stations and checking what people say on social media, a lot of people seem to be now approaching Black Friday with a caution, seem to have planned for Black Friday, unlike just going there to buy whatever is on special, to buy on credit if they have not saved for Black Friday.
So what would you say are the disadvantages of using credit compared to cash transactions to shop for these Black Friday deals?
As we all know, cash is king. However, if you are going to buy on credit, whether during Black Friday or any other time of the year, know that in terms of the National Credit Act, credit providers can then charge you interest, service fee, once-off initiation fee, and credit life insurance. That then tends to make your purchase expensive. The pull factor of Black Friday is the discount and the savings that you make. However, if you are going to buy on credit, you may as well end up paying more than the actual normal price of that particular item. So we urge year in, year out that consumers should prepare themselves for Black Friday by putting money aside, saving money in preparation to participate during Black Friday.
Yeah, it's amazing how you suddenly think, oh my gosh, that's such a good saving, and then you want to go and buy it, but you don't actually need it. So you haven't saved anything, you've just lost what it's cost because you were never going to buy it. And that's what I'm trying to refrain from doing myself today, as I know I'm being lured in every direction I look. Everywhere I'm being bombarded at the moment this morning with emails and specials and social media, and so much is in our face trying to tempt us to spend. But let's talk about the protection of your privacy, because I could go in there and then I landed up putting it in a website I don't know, and then this is your personal data, your identity, all of that is gone. I know this is something we need to worry about beyond Black Friday, but this is something people need to be very vigilant about. You've got to be very clever when you start doing these things.
Definitely. We are observing trends in that people are moving to online and e-commerce, where it is quite easy to then get to become a victim of fraud or scamsters, where you can easily give your information unwittingly to people who may then use it to harm you or to get you into some form of trouble. On that note, we then urge consumers or caution consumers to say, those that will be shopping online during Black Friday and through the festive season and throughout the year anyway, should be very careful and very cautious of the websites that they visit. Consumers should be aware that there will be scammers and fraudsters who will establish websites specifically just for the festive season, knowing that it's quite busy, it's quite hectic, it's a fast-paced moving train. Therefore, when you see that there is a special on an item and there are only 20 of them, you don't give yourself time to really look if this is a legit website, if this is a brand that has been in existence for some time. You simply click and then buy, and you only to find that you have bought from a bogus website. And especially consumers should be aware that it will not only be news websites, there will be websites which will be pretending to be certain well-known brands. They will be cloning well-known existing brands. So you see something and it looks very familiar, the logo is familiar, the name is familiar. But they have just changed one small character or inserted a dot or a comma in the name. And then you are actually buying from a bogus website and you will lose your money.
Yep.
Whereas if you are buying from an international website, whereby you may find that authorities such as the National Credit Regulator may not have jurisdiction to try and help you get your money back. So we're cautioning consumers to be very careful when they transact online.
Yeah, I've seen them, and you know, I've seen those ones. I know I will mention the brand because these were two that I noticed, and it was dangerous. It was the Cape Union Mart. They had literally duplicated their website and promised 40% off everything in the store, and then you get onto it, and I almost fell for it. I was looking, and then I thought, something's not right here. I copied the link and I went in again. It was a completely different website, and the same for another one. I forget the name, but I think it was a kitchen brand. I'm not sure, Le Creuset or something like that. And people were caught out very, very badly. You cannot get that money back, and that's the reality. Jimmy, thank you for talking to us. Keep your eyes open for these scams. They are everywhere, I promise you. Jimmy Golele is a senior education officer at the National Credit Regulator, talking to us about how consumers can spend wisely during the Black Friday shopping period, and also, more importantly, how to keep your eyes open for those scams that, believe me, they're there. They are right now sitting right in front of you, and you might be being caught out and you don't even know. So please be very, very vigilant.